Hey, Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I on?
You're not. Your video is
Uh,
gone. We can hear
oh,
you. We can hear you
all
type.
right. All right.
There you
How's that?
are.
And what about you can hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Uh, okay, then. That's fine. All right. Am I going to be doing this verbally or do you want me to keep typing?
Yeah. Why don't you do it verbally? I mean, wasn't that your preference?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Do you
Okay.
want people to ask you questions verbally? Because I have to allow people to go on camera
No, I
like
think
I
I
am now.
think I think this might be easier just to read the questions because there'll be people talking over each other and all that sort
True.
of thing. So um, I was just typing an answer to Stacy about the sexual tube and C. pilatus being enlarged with large sperm, etc. And my answer to that is that I can't imagine that there is a direct relationship between sperm cell size and sexual tube size because uh, if the sperm are too big, then oh no, sorry. So, but I can imagine a relationship between sperm cell size and spermatophore size, because if the sperm are too big, you can't fit enough of them into a spermatophore to achieve successful fertilization to maximize fertilized eggs. The only link to sexual tubes would be that your spermatophores can't be so big that they can't pass through the tube. Um, so I've seen hundreds of species of hermit crabs and their sperm cells, and I have to admit that the cenobetids have some of the largest sperm cells, but they also have a large body size. So proportionally, they don't have a large sperm cell compared to body size. There are some much smaller microscopic hermit crabs that have sperm cells that are not much smaller than a something like a coconut crab or a land hermit crab. So there is not a direct size relationship between sperm size and animal size, and I suspect that sexual tube size has to do with animal size. So how does that go for an answer? Oh, somebody's asked me the magic question, Darcy, the sex change. You know what? When Mary mentioned this to me just a couple of weeks ago, I actually don't believe it. I don't believe they can change sex. But then again, I've only ever seen dead crabs. So um, if you guys swear that they change sex, then, and this is a topic for our discussion on Sunday, then you guys have to prove that that happens. And you have to prove it through two ways. You have to be able to track an individual through time and have documented evidence from external morphology of a change from male to female or female to male, or you have to have evidence from the internal structure, because if they change sex externally, they're likely to change internally, and their testis will be replaced by ovaries or ovaries by testis, or they can have both. There's such a state as something called intersex, and many hermit crabs have been discovered, collected as intersex individuals, which is they have both male and female gonopores, and they sometimes have both male and female systems internally. So this sex change is interesting, and until I see good evidence for it, I'm a non-believer, right? But you guys are in the perfect place to prove me wrong, and I would love to receive information about that. There is no evidence in the literature whatsoever of these hermit crabs changing sex, although there is evidence of intersex individuals being found, which is an individual carrying both sets of female and male external morphology. So basically gonopores. Not hardly anyone mentions sexual tubes, but they would also be a good indication. Oh, you've lost me? Oh, that's interesting. Let me refresh.